there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're here in Wernigerode, Germany, in the heart of the Harz Mountains. And no, I'm not going to talk about Christmas markets, and I'm not going to talk about Germany. What I'm going to talk about today is something we've been researching and talking to flight attendants about for the last couple years. And those are things that flight attendants wish passengers knew before they got on the plane. So therefore, we can have a better flight when we go out there, okay? So also, I do want to say, the flight attendants you do see in the pictures here, they are not the ones that gave us any of the information, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble for this, okay? Now, the first thing they probably really want you to know is the flight attendant is not your mother, okay? I see a lot of people going, oh, could you put my bag up for me? Could you get this for me? Look, don't think that they're your mother, okay? Their number one job is your safety, okay? Not putting your luggage away, not doing other things. It's your safety. That's their primary concern, okay? And one of the things is with, not being your mother is when you ask them to put your bag up because it's too heavy for you, one of the things is if they throw out their bag, I mean, that's a workers' comp thing. They can't work anymore because they can't help be safe on the plane if their back is messed up. And so what you'll see is sometimes they'll say, hey, they'll ask another passenger, could you help them with their bag or something like that? Because they can't do it. And anybody that's ever been hurt at work, if you're doing something you're not supposed to, the insurance isn't always the most friendly to help you out when you are injured. So that's the first thing. Remember, they're not your mother, okay? The second thing they want you to know is it's not their fault, so don't yell at them. Look, having a row with the flight attendants, yelling at the flight attendants will not get you anywhere, okay? Remember, their job is to keep you safe. They're the ones that if something goes bad, they're the ones that's going to be helping you, so remember that. So when you're starting to yell at them because the flight is delayed or you might not make your connection, it's not their fault. I mean, last time I checked, flight attendants don't control the weather, and they don't control flight traffic, and they don't control air traffic control, some of the things that really do cause issues, okay, that make people slower and have delays. They can't deal with that, so don't take it out on them because they're just trying to help you have a safe flight. Now, the third thing they probably want you to know when you do go on a flight is that you need to realize is that the plane is basically a glorified bus with wings. It's public transportation. Everybody paid the same fare, so no one is more special than anyone else. You and the person next to you paid the same amount. You're on the same fare. You're going to get treated the same way. You have the same rights. So don't think that what you want is more important than what the other people want, because look, you're all same. We're all the same on that big bus in the air, okay? So just have a heads up for that one, okay? Now, the fourth thing they really wish you would know is have your stuff ready when you get on the plane. One of the things that does delay flights is if it takes too long to board the plane. For example, we flew with KLM from Chicago to Amsterdam this week, okay? And we got delayed 30 minutes. Not because they got us on the plane late, because it took people so long to get their luggage away and stuff like that. And that can really take up a lot of time. So what flight attendants would like you to know is have your stuff ready. For example, when I travel, I know I'm going to have my phone, my notebook, my headphones, and maybe a book with me that I'm going to use when I'm in flight. So what I do is I have that all ready on the outside of my backpack or the outside of my carry-on, so when I get into my seat, I can go boom, boom, boom. Boom, take my stuff out. Boom, put my suitcase above or my backpack above, and then boom, I'm sitting down and I'm done. And it's all done, and I don't have to get up during the flight. That's the thing, if you're not ready, you don't have it ready, it's all hidden within your suitcases. That's why people are playing with their suitcases, doing all these things, and it takes time, and then nobody else can get through. So have your stuff ready. And I know for me, it gets really annoying when we're on a flight and someone's like, oh, I want to get something out of my carry-on, and they have this huge carry-on. I'm like, how do you get a carry-on this big and try to find stuff in it without annoying the rest of the passengers, okay? So please have your stuff ready before you sit down. And also in terms of being ready, the next thing I have for you is be ready with your order. Look, we all know it's chicken or pasta. Why are we asking? Look, those flight attendants are saying it's chicken, beef, or pasta, chicken, beef, or pasta, chicken, beef, or pasta 400 times before they even get to you. See? Even the bell knows that this is crazy. And the thing is listen to what they're saying. Sometimes there might be a little card saying what's available. Another time they'll make an announcement what's on there, or just listen when they're right in front of you telling the people what's on offer, or the person next to you, so you're ready. So you can say beef, chicken, pasta, whatever, okay? So have that order ready. Also, that order ready also means your drinks, okay? And I guess I will say is with those drinks, make sure you tell them what you mean, because you can't be like, oh, I want a regular coffee. What the hell's a regular coffee? Is it black coffee? Is it with 2 creams and 1 sugar? Look, your regular coffee might be different than theirs. For example, me, a regular coffee is drinking a Coca-Cola, okay? So make sure you say coffee, black, coffee, 2 sugars, 1 cream. Have that ready before you go. Also, parents, do the same thing. Talk to your kids beforehand. Do they want chicken or pasta? They want Sprite or Coke or whatever. Have that ready. So when you get up there, you say, Sprite, 2 Sprites, 1 Coke, please. Boom, done, and you're okay. That really speeds up the process instead of asking, oh, hey, Caleb, would you like chicken or pasta? Well, I don't know, let's start. And have a 10-minute conversation with him and then go to the next kid and ask them. No, have that done beforehand. It will really save a lot of time. And another one of the flight attendants told me, they're very adamant about this, is there is no such thing as diet soda. So make sure you say you want a Diet Coke or a Diet Sprite or Diet whatever, but make sure you say which kind it is. Don't just say, oh, Diet whatever or Diet whatever. No, be specific. It makes their life so much easier. Now, the next thing I want to tell you is if you have any allergies, make sure when you get on the plane, you tell the flight attendants what your allergies are, because if you have a really serious peanut allergy, they need to know that in case something happens. And that's why sometimes you'll hear, oh, on today's flight, due to allergies, we will not be serving the peanuts. These things happen, and remember, it's about safety. They want everybody to be safe. So if you do have allergies, let them know so they can make sure that you're okay, all right? So just a heads up for that one. And to go along with that, if you're diabetic or you need to take medicine and you need food or water or whatever to take with your meds, do not count on the flight attendants and do not count on the plane to have it for you. Because sometimes you might be on a puddle jumper that doesn't have any kind of food, beverage services or stuff like that. Also, what you need to realize, if you're stuck on the tarmac, they can't bring out your bottled water for like an hour at least. So you may say, well, I need water. Well, we can't do anything yet, sir. We're on the tarmac waiting to take off. And the thing is, if you need food, well, you need to have that, bring it on there with you. And that's what they say is, look, if you need to take meds, you need to have something for your blood sugar or whatever, make sure you bring that stuff with you. You know, hit up the little kiosk in the airport. Yes, I know it's overpriced, but have that with you just in case. Especially for parents, if you need to have something for your kids, if they're gonna get hungry, have stuff, because they can't always get you the snacks right away. And sometimes they can't get you anything because maybe it's too turbulent and they just cut out the service, because that's happened to me quite a few times on my travels. Now, the next thing flight attendants wish you would do is pay attention to the safety briefing. Look, what's their main job? Keeping you safe. And if you have no idea what to do if there is an incident, well, it's kind of tough if you haven't watched the safety video. And you'll see that even airlines are trying to make it more entertaining for you to watch the in-flight safety videos. You know, whether, I was on KLM and they had the blue Dutch tiles going by, and I've seen where there's internet stars on there or comedians on there or whatever. You have a lot of cool, safety videos. The thing is, you need to watch it. Because planes change, there's new planes, new configurations. Just watch it, just humor them. Just watch to make sure you know what's going to happen. Because you know what? Most likely nothing's going to happen, but you need to be safe with it, okay? So do pay attention during the safety briefing. And I know I've seen a lot of flight attendants really try to do their best to get people to pay attention. I was on a Delta, puddle jumper with this flight attendant named Kai, and he's like, okay, we're going to have a little quiz today. What's the color of the straps on your head mask? Like, it was kind of fun. But the thing is, he was going out of his way to get people to pay attention. And that's why you should pay attention during the safety instructions, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is kind of during the flight, and that is if your neighbor, the person next to you, calls the flight attendant to order a drink or something, just order when they go there too. Don't wait for them to come back and think, oh, should I get something? Should I get something? Well, they ordered something. I don't know if I should get something. And that flight attendant goes, gets the drink, comes back, and then you send them back to do it again, making 2 trips. Look, it's okay. They know they're there to help you. So if your neighbor orders something, just order something at the same time to save them that trip back and forth, okay? Just a little common courtesy thing, which means a lot because then that gives them more time to help serve other people on the plane. Now, the next 2 have to deal with when we're getting ready to get off of the plane. And the first thing is give them your dang trash. Look, a lot of times there's not a cleaning crew to come through and clean out those planes, especially in those little short flights. They're going and going and going and going and going. And so the job of cleaning up after the passengers is the flight attendant's job, okay? And so they have to clean all those things up. So when you have trash and they come through with a bag saying, anybody have any trash? Any trash? Give it to them. Even if you think, oh, it's just a little napkin or something like that, throw it away because it can save a lot of time for them, and therefore they can get the next passengers on, and so it's a better chance for them to leave on time. So seriously, give them the trash. And the next thing about getting off the plane that they really want you to know is stay in your dang seat with your dang seatbelt on until the seatbelt sign goes off. And the thing is, there's kind of 2 reasons for that. One thing, the captain hasn't turned off the seatbelt sign because maybe we're not all the way at the jet bridge. It may look like, oh, we're there, and you see people, I've seen this before. People take off their seatbelts, they get up and get their bags, and then the plane goes another like 5 feet, and they go flying. Well, the thing is, you go flying, you can get hurt, your bag can go flying, and that can hurt some other passenger. And remember, safety first for flight attendants, okay? But actually, the real reason, the really big reason why you're not supposed to get up and get your luggage until the seatbelt sign comes off is actually fire, okay? Because if there's a fire on the plane and your luggage is in the way, no one can get out. And think about it. If you're in the aisle with your luggage behind you, stuff like that, and a fire does happen, because it can happen, I mean, it's not unheard of, is that no one can get out. Your bag is in the way. So think about it. Because you wanted to get up and have your carry-on behind you before anybody else, you've now put everybody behind you in danger if they can't get over your bag. And that's really the reason why they want you to stay in your seat until that seatbelt sign comes off, because it is a safety thing, because of fire and getting people out of the plane, okay? Now, my last little word of advice that flight attendants wanted me to share with you isn't for everybody. This is for the parents out there. And the flight attendants want the parents to know, we love your kids. Your kids are adorable. We love children. Flight attendants, they love kids. But they're flight attendants first, not babysitters. Parents need to, take control and be responsible for their kids when you're on the plane. Because I've seen before where kids are playing around in the galley, and you'll see where there's like little switches and stuff like that. Those carts, 75 to 100 pounds of cart, and all of a sudden there's some turbulence, that comes out, that can really hurt your kid. And people just let their kids run up and down the aisle and stuff like that and things like that. And you may think, oh, isn't that funny? Well, one, it annoys other passengers, but also two, it's a safety issue. Remember, the safety thing comes up a lot. You want to make sure that, hey, you know what, I want to keep my kid kind of close by so it's not in the way. The thing is, if you're a parent, things they recommend is bring snacks and entertainment for your kids, because not every kid likes the Delta cookies like Liam does, okay? So make sure you have snacks, maybe buy a drink for them in the shop before you get on the plane, something like that, so you have some food for them. Also, have entertainment for them. It's not the flight attendant's job to be a flight attendant and a kid's entertainer, okay? You need to bring stuff, whether it's an iPad or their toys or coloring books or stuff like that. Have things for them to keep them entertained, because if they go and play in the galley, it's a galley, it's a workspace, it's not a jungle gym. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to that. And one thing I heard from a lot of flight attendants to like kind of holiday destinations is, look, it's not the flight attendant's job to babysit your kid while you get drunk on the plane. I've seen this a number of times when I've been flying to Spain from Germany or to Italy and stuff like that. I'll see people like, oh, we're going down to Spain, we're going to have fun in Malaga, let's drink it up, and then the kids are running free. Look, you got to pay attention to your kids, because it really is a safety thing. And the flight attendants, they do love the kids, and they do love having them on there, and they know they paid the bill as well, so they're going to treat them equally too, but a lot of it really does come down to safety. So those are just some things that I think, that I think you should know, that flight attendants want you to know, but there are also things flight attendants have been telling us for years that we want to share. And to all those flight attendants that have shared with us, thank you so much for being so open with us. And again, none of the pictures of the flight attendants you saw on here were the flight attendants that talked to us, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I'll tell you this, the next time you get on your plane, when they say, how are you doing today? You say, I'm doing good, thank you, how are you? Be nice to those flight attendants, because they're the ones that are going to help save you if there's anything wrong, and they're doing their best to get you a great travel experience wherever you're going in the world. So I say thank you to all the flight attendants out there, and for you fellow travelers, if you want to see other travel videos, why not check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, we put out new travel videos every Wednesday and Saturday for travel topics like this, or things like what you should do in the Harz Mountains here in Germany. Bye from Venega Oda in Germany, and thank you to all the flight attendants out there and the pilots and everyone and the ground crews for letting us have such safe and wonderful travels around the world. Bye from Germany.